This is Roger Struckhoff with Syscon TV at Cloud Expo, New York, in the year 2015, and we're joined right now by Joe Wascow with Optimal Design. Joe, thank you very much for joining us. Tell us why you're here at Cloud Expo and what the cloud means to you guys at Optimal Design.
So we're real excited to be here today. We're here to basically let the world know what we do as a business. Optimal Design is a technology integration and product development firm that specializes in connecting devices to the cloud. All right, and one of the things we do, or that we promote, is the fact that we have, we're vertically integrated and we have all the capabilities required to get a product from concept to production. And we specialize in integrating wireless technology into products. Okay. Simply put, we put the T in IoT.
As I was going to say, there's a lot of things in the IoT, and connectivity is kind of it. What kind of problems do customers come to you with? Problems they just can't solve, or how do you approach the customers with what you can do, and to what degree are you realizing their vision, and to what degree are you sort of really helping them along?
Now, many of the customers that are coming to us recently are clients that don't have experience in connecting product to the cloud. Yeah. They're not sure how to monetize it. They're not sure what type of technology is best suited for their needs. And so we help them through that process. We help them understand different ways of, different business cases associated with IoT and big data. And then we also help them develop the product. We help them get the technology integrated, and we'll do everything required to get the product developed. And then work with a cloud provider to basically handshake with the product and securely get the data to the cloud.
I wonder how they kind of scope things out, because with the Internet of Things, and you're talking about a lot of devices at the edge, yes. To what degree do your customers really know what their data flows and demands are going to be? And maybe the answer to that is, well, we have the cloud, it's really, really scalable. Yes. I mean, to what degree do they tell you, well, this is what we want to do, compared to really knowing their feeds and speeds?
So many of them don't. Yeah. Many of them, at the moment, it's we're going to go and collect as much data as we can. We want to work with a cloud provider that can effectively scale and be stable at larger data volumes. But then there's things that we do on our side, such as event-driven data, where data isn't really sent from the device until something takes place that is considered important. And then what we'll typically do is send data X period of time before that event, and then a certain period after the event. But it's not a steady stream all the time. It depends on the use case.
And then you still have to have some flexibility in event. If you have some event-driven events, almost, or event-driven data, how much can you really dial that in before the actual events? I mean, there still has to be some.
Oh yeah, great question. So the data is actually stored on the device. So it's being captured while the sensors are running, and it's just not being sent to the cloud. So it's all being cached locally, and then once an event takes place, the software will grab all the data prior to the event and then after the event and send it so it can be analyzed.
There's, the whole talk in recent years of IT sort of increasingly driving the business. To what degree do you see IT and the business side in your customers sort of merging, and how much do you work with the IT folks, how much do you work with the business folks, or are they becoming more one and the same?
That's a great question. I see them slowly starting to merge. It's still very much so the business side on our clients' end that we're involved with. The IT isn't as much of a factor yet, because many of our clients are using, they're not interested in developing their own cloud. They're going to send that out and work with an established cloud provider. So their IT department is involved, but nowhere near as heavily as the business side.
Been sitting here for a few minutes with Joe Wascow with Optimal Design. I think their designs are optimal. They're trying to solve some very difficult customer problems involving a lot of wireless stuff. And as he says, they put the T in IoT. How do they contact you? What's your URL?
It's www.optimaldesignco.com.
You have it. Talk to Joe, talk to the company. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. For Syscon TV, this is Roger Struckhoff.